one thing I've always said is that pretty much all Barcelona players are underrated. Now I know that may seem insane when I say it, because they've got 3 Ballon d'Ors. Just in that squad, 3 Ballon d'Ors. They've got more trophies than anyone can imagine. They are so good. But I genuinely think that pretty much any Barcelona player you can name, they're probably underrated, not only by, the fans, but by the media, by everything, and especially the greatest woman of all time, Aitana Bonmatí. Why are they underrated? That's a big question. I've got a few reasons for it. I don't know the actual reason because, it's live. I think number one, it's because the Liga F, and you know how everyone in England is, oh, but England League is greatest league and all that. It's all about that. And like WSL, Liga F not competitive, so they just forget how good every single Barcelona player is. Also, probably because they don't watch them. I feel like a lot of people don't watch Barcelona unless it's like the big games, so they just go, well, Aitana can't be that good because I've never seen her play. It was like the Beth Mead, Alexia Putellas situation with the Ballon d'Or that happened, where every single certain people started saying Alexia Putellas didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or because she didn't play in the Euros, even though she had a ACL. But anyway, and I also think it's because Barca are a victim of their own success. It's because they're so good that everyone's just like, well, they're already going to win. So it doesn't really matter if Aitana's there. It doesn't really matter. Aitana doesn't actually add anything to the Barcelona squad, which is wrong. And I'm going to prove to you lot why Aitana is the greatest. And last year was probably one of the greatest years I've seen from an individual footballer ever. Let's get on to Aitana Bonmatí, the Ballon d'Or winner last year. She won pretty much that season. She won pretty much like every trophy you could win. She completed football in one season. She could retire and be happy for that one season. She won the Ballon d'Or. She won pretty much every name an individual footballing award you could get. She got it, unless it's like greatest goalkeeper of all time. Sadly, she didn't get that. She completed women's football in 1 year. Now, I'm going to read off, a list of every single trophy she won. And this is just last year, This isn't, her whole career. Because if it was her whole career, we would be here every day. Now, she won the World Cup, which I think is a big one. Once you've won the World Cup, nothing really matters. She also won the Golden Ball at the World Cup. So that's fun. She won the Champions League, and she got Player of the Season at that Champions League, which is another individual award. She won the Liga F, she won the league, she won the Supercopa. She was also, she probably would have won the other trophy if not Jay-Z existing and that whole red card incident. She won Best FIFA Player and she won the Ballon d'Or, and there's so many more. There's so many more individual awards I could talk about, but I don't think I have time, and I don't know if anyone actually cares about all of the individual awards. But that is just one season. A football player would be so happy to have that for their whole career. The league, the World Cup, and it's just insane. As well, whenever people talk about Barcelona players, they do try to diminish it because they say, well, it would happen anyway because of how talented Barcelona are. I don't think that's, an insult to Barcelona because of how talented they are. I'd be like, oh, well, she got carried. My darling, she did the carrying. Okay, here are some stats. I know, I'm bringing out the stats. In the league, she had 23 appearances with 9 goals and 10 assists. Now, she's not a forward. I would like that to be known. She's not a forward. Yes, she plays quite forward, but she's a midfielder. If you watch her play, I mean that. Next time you watch a Barcelona play, watch her play. She's so beautiful. She moves in between the lines. Sometimes she's even defensively. Anyway, Champions League, 11 appearances, 5 goals. That's the Champions League. That's the best of the best. That's the best of the best. This year, the year's not over yet. This year in the league, 13 appearances, 6 goals, 5 assists. Again, people are going to sit there and they'll say, well, it's against bad opponents, which number one just diminishes, in my opinion, a whole league down to, oh, it's bad, so I don't want to do it, which I just think is like, come on. Granted, it's not the most competitive. I'm not going to sit here and argue it's the most competitive, but there are still teams that are tough. And if Aitana Bonmatí, was in the WSL, she would still be putting out these numbers. Like, she is so insane, she would still be putting out these numbers. One thing Aitana doesn't get enough credit for is her mentality. Now, I don't know if it's just, the Barca and Spanish mentality of just, we keep going until we're stopping. Even though we're 7-0 up, it doesn't matter. Her mentality is so strong. It is unbelievable. I think a good example of that is in the Supercopa final. Okay, let me paint a picture, you lot. Barca was 7-0 up. It was like the 60th minute. They were against Levante. Even though Levante did play a strong game, I will admit. Okay, they're 7-0 up. 60th minute in a final. No one's scoring 8 goals in half an hour. let alone against Barcelona. No one. And basically, someone played a ball, some Barca player played a bad ball to Aitana. She's in the middle of the pitch, the ball's sort of over there. This woman, in the 60th minute, while 7-0 up, sprints to it, slides, keeps it in. Why would she do... You know what I mean? There were certain players that you sit there and you think, wow. I remember watching that and I was just like, wow. Because most players would sit there and they'd go, okay, I don't need to waste my energy for that. They're 7-0 up. You know, if they get a throw in, who cares? It's not like they're scoring from that. And even if they do score from that, it's 7-1. They're not coming back in it. But that woman, she doesn't give up. She plays until her last breath. I think that's the reason why she actually got subbed off, because she would have run herself to the ground. I mean that. Next time you watch her play, even though Barcelona are 5-0 up, she will continuously play. She won't go, let's go easy. She will just play and play. Her playmaking as well is insane, especially this season with Graham Hansen. I mean, her and Graham Hansen, don't get me started on Graham Hansen. I love that woman so much, I might make a video on her. I genuinely love her so much. But the way those two play together, it feels illegal. The way they just play in between each other, it is so... Graham Hansen's sort of a forward. If you've never watched Graham Hansen play, please do. She genuinely is beautiful. She's sort of a right winger. And they just play in between the... It's like... It is embarrassing. It's like year 11s versus year... It is quite embarrassing. Sometimes you sit there and you watch, oh my god, the way they play together, it's just beautiful. Also, I put a special mention to Patry, because I also think the way Patry and Aitana play together is beautiful. I'm thinking of the Superco because it's the one that's in my mind, but the balls that they were playing to each other, it was just beautiful. While making this video, I was trying to find out weaknesses of her. Because I wanted to be like, let me try and even it out. I couldn't. I'm not even taking the mic. I couldn't find any weaknesses. She's not injury prone. That's normally an easy weakness you can put. She's not injury prone. If anyone knows a weakness of Aitana Bonmatí, maybe it's reaching stuff because she's so small. I don't know. But there aren't any weaknesses to her. She is one of the greatest in the world. If people have never watched her play because you're like, I don't want to watch Barcelona play, you're missing out. You are missing out. I'm sure there's like stuff on YouTube here, like watching her like compilations. Please watch them. She genuinely is such a beautiful footballer to watch. She is so good. And like, just because you don't enjoy the Liga F or anything, don't miss out on watching her, because she's one of the greatest. And also Graham Hansen. Graham Hansen's getting the Ballon d'Or this season. Yeah, I called it here first. And that is me done talking about Aitana. I know I didn't get into as much detail as I would have wanted, but I feel like I gave a, sort of overview of her. I could talk about her for ages. I feel like I could, but I feel like maybe, I should slow it down a little bit. Thank you, anyone, for watching me talk about Aitana. If you would like me to talk about Graham Hansen or any other footballer, welfare, I can do that for you if you would like. Anyway, thank you for watching.